variant is Bolton. And joining me now is Ansh Sachdeva, President of the Student Union at Bolton University. Hello to you, Ansh. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. How are you responding to this surge in cases in your area, Bolton, with the highest numbers of infections in the country? How are you at the university responding?
We have a full-fledged system at the university, a full track and trace system, a temperature scanner when you enter. Students are offered 2 tests per week when they come to the university. So the university has taken all the measures in place to give students the blended learning experience. Because according to the government guidelines, now the students are eligible for face-to-face classes. So we have all the measures in place to make sure that the students are safe.
How concerned are you, though, when you see the doubling rate of the Indian variant of coronavirus in your area, that things are going to get out of control again?
Well, it is very concerning for students and their mental health, because Bolton has been was in restrictions for almost a year since the pandemic began, and things have opened up now. So it is very concerning, and it would have an adverse effect on the students' mental health. And yeah, it is quite concerning.
Tell me about vaccinations now. I understand you got your vaccine this weekend.
Yeah, well, there's a smooth vaccination program in place for the people of Bolton, who work, who study, and who are eligible to get it. And as it's mentioned before, they have said people over 38 and I think people over 18 with underlying conditions, but they're giving it to everyone who's turning up. And, if you're an educator and you are with people who are vulnerable to get COVID, they're giving it to them. So I interact with a lot of students, so I've got it. And a lot of students are encouraged to get it. So, yeah.
And what do you get the sense among the student population in terms of their willingness to take the vaccine? There is concern that hesitancy about the vaccine is fueling the rise of the Indian variant in parts.
Well, I think the students are quite confident because the messages that have been sent out by the university and by the Students' Union have encouraged them to get a vaccine. And since I have got a vaccine on Sunday, a lot of students have contacted me and they want to get the vaccine, and they feel very sure about it now, I feel. But I do think students have some concerns, but the process is so smooth by the Bolton Council, by the volunteers, by the people who are working there, that they ask you if you have any allergies, if you have any doubts, they answer all your questions, and it's a very smooth process, and they make it very easy for people to get it.
Do you think that you're seeing a shift then? Because we've talked before about weighing up the risk-benefits ratio for younger people, particularly the student population, that actually their chances of being really ill from coronavirus are pretty slim, and therefore is it worth getting the vaccine? That's been one of the concerns. But now with this new variant, are you seeing more people in that student population more willing to take the vaccine?
Definitely, the Indian variant is quite concerning because, as a report only on Sky said previously, that it's affecting people under 40, and most of the students are under the age of 40, so they are concerned. And yes, they weren't that worried when there wasn't a variant, but now that Bolton's rising up, there's a surge in cases. Students are concerned. There have been a lot of messages. The staff at the university is concerned, but yeah, they are encouraged to take the vaccine, and the vaccine seems to be effective, and the process is easy. So I'm sure that people are encouraged to get it now.
Now, as you say, more students back on campus and in face-to-face learning now, but we are reading today that an extension of online learning, or a combination of face-to-face and online learning, into the autumn term is being considered by a growing number of universities. I don't know what the plan is at your university, but it's very difficult for students, isn't it? This isn't the university life that they signed up for.
Well, I have said it before, it's been extremely difficult for students and young people especially for their mental well-being, for their social well-being. They have not interacted with their mates. And finally, now that they have got the opportunity, there's a surge of cases. But coming back to the plans, there is a plan. There are quite a few plans that the university has for whatever restrictions that are imposed by the government. There's a blended learning program. The university has not got all online since December. So since the government has asked and allowed practical courses to be there, students are there. And from 8th March, the practical courses students were back. Now all students are allowed in line with the government restrictions. So we are following all the rules that's been given out by the government. But I think the blended learning approach is the way going forward.
Ansh Sachdeva, thank you very much indeed for talking to us there live from Bolton.
Thank you.
Some breaking news to bring